Hi, this is Tanya from Love Buddha Tarot, back with the card of today for the 31st of August 2016. Right, the cards today. This morning I woke up very, very early and I was just lying in bed, the curtains were open and I was watching the trees sort of moving around, and I got in my head, shaken up. Things are going to be shaken up. And I just lay there, I always lie for a bit and sort of see what I'm feeling for the day, get myself ready and get myself in a place of, right, okay, I can tackle today. I've came downstairs, I've picked the cards, and like I say, I apologise in advance. The cards that we have today are the Tower and Within the Osho Past Lives. So please bear with me until the end of the reading, because they're not as bad as what they seem. They're not. I mean, I'm smiling because I sort of know what's coming through with them. So please don't let this scare you. The first thing that came into my head when I pulled this card is that old song, There May Be Trouble Ahead. And so that was the first thing that came in. And when we have the Tower, there usually is trouble ahead. This is how it seems, because it's like this is a bit of a wow factor, like whoa, not a wow, a whoa factor with this one. This card talks of dramatic change. This is what it is. It is dramatic change. If you haven't already, expect to be not even eased out of your comfort zone, sort of catapulted out of it as well, because something is brewing here, and it's going to seem like it's going to rock your world. There's a lot of intensity here, and like I say, dramatic change. The thing with the Tower is we cannot stop the Tower. The Tower is going to happen, I mean, this is bizarre with us. Mercury retrograde, we have the solar eclipse tomorrow, another 2 solar eclipses this month. So to be honest, it's not surprising that we actually see the Tower card come up at the moment. What I want to say to you is, please be gentle with yourself as well during the collapse, I think, because you need to be able to still see your way through the debris that it leaves. What happens with the Tower card? It's like the world that you've been inhabiting can no longer be, so it's getting turned on its head. Now, the Tower itself, with some tarot readers and in some ancient tarot teachings, is actually called the House of Lies. So it's like the universe is coming down. Now, they haven't got it on this one, but on a lot of decks, there's a lightning bolt comes down that actually hits the Tower and causes its collapse. But if we have a look there's the crown, and this is always linked to our crown chakra. So what I usually see is that this lightning bolt that comes down is like enlightenment. It's enlightenment coming down and actually breaking open all of this, the false structure that has been up. So you may be feeling a little bit shaky now, or will do, in the next couple of days, because it's like I say, this security is being rocked. This security is crumbling in some way, and it's like I say, when we are in fear or panic, what we do is we grasp or we cling or we anything like that. Please don't do that. This is what I want to say with this. This is happening for a reason. The Tower card it's a blessing in disguise. When I first started reading tarot, I hated the Tower card. I would actually feel sick whenever it came out in a reading. And now I actually like the Tower card. The Tower card does what's necessary, does what we don't do. So although this shows that there could be chaos, destruction, all of this going on, it's like, please remember that this is happening for you, not to you, because things need to be broken down. The Tower is also the ego structure that we've built up as well, and what is happening when the Tower comes is our shackles are being cut, so the Tower is actually a huge karmic gift, believe it or not. So don't let this time that you may feel is disastrous, don't let it scare you or frighten you, because all it is doing is clearing the path for you. That is it. The universe has been sick of sitting waiting for you to take action, that it's come along and said, right, okay, I'm going to do it for you. And it's like, oh, no, please don't do that. I mean, a lot of us, we all seem to be, or if you ask anybody, we all say that we're in search of a truth, or our truth, or, the truth. Yet the tower comes along and gives us the truth, and everybody just, like recoils in horror and gets overcome by fear. So, like I say, this is, the tower of truth, this is why this is coming in. So it's our old beliefs are, they're crumbling, they're falling to the ground, and this card is not to be feared. It's more to be understood. If we try and understand this card rather than just suddenly get the panic. I mean, it's not pretty, I mean, there's people jumping out of the windows, but there's this angel there, this is the universe saying, right, okay, this is what I'm doing. The people below, they're all, running, screaming in different directions, because it's their egoic structure will be crumbling as well, So it's like it's like a game of Jenga, and you take one out and then everything falls, and that's what it's like. But this is a gift to those as well, because everybody, when you are smacked in the face with the truth, it is better than being told lies, because a lot of times people know that we're telling lies anyway, so this is just it's forcing the truth out there. And what this does, people, when they see the tower, they think like, oh God, I'm going to have so many troubles. The tower is the end of your troubles. You've been through them. They've all been there, whether they've just been in your head or whether you've been worrying or scared about them. They've been there. So this is talking about the end, Yeah, it might be a dramatic chop, to cut it off, but it is the start of the end of your troubles. Because what we need to remember as well is the card that comes after the tower is the star card. And the star card is our hopes and dreams. So what this is saying is, right, okay, there's a little bit of a mess going on at the moment, but your hopes and dreams are one step away. And this mess is just pushing you in the direction to get them. So, this is not a bad card. It's really, really not. What we need to look at as well here, and what I want to point out is, if we look at that tower, does that tower look like a nice place to live in, or a nice place to be confined in? I think confined is more the word, because it's not, so what you are doing, you're getting freed from the tower. If we think of old fairy tales, it was always as a punishment somebody was locked in a tower, so this is what it's freedom, it's liberation. This is what you're getting. It's like the universe SAS squad are sort of like bursting in, to free. I'm just getting there like like when they used to be hostages, like these captives. I'm just getting them all coming in there. So, like I say, this is a liberation. This is freeing you, and it's like you have been asking the universe for a resolution to your problem, or a solution to your problem, and it's going, right, okay, there you go. And, it's giving you it. And, when it happens this dramatically, there isn't any turning back with it, So this card is, there's a lot of fire in this, but this is like the phoenix from the ashes, it's breaking free from the past, this. And this card is telling you to let go. If you try and resist the tower, this is when it will come in, come in harsh with you. And like I've said with these solar eclipses, it's a time of letting go. And if we try and resist that, whatever is there will persist, and it will be persistent. That was a bit of a Freudian slip there, sorry about that. So like I say, this card is saying, please let go. I mean, a lot of the scenarios with this, it's like a relationship could end. You may find out somebody's been cheating. You may lose your job. All of these different scenarios, they're things that come out of the blue that just bang, wow, slap you awake. But And like I say, there's always a but with this card. You know, the universe never takes anything away from us without giving us better back. You know, and this brings an awakening as well. So, like I say, it's sick of you not making this change. So it's come in and it's took over. It's took over the problem. It's doing what you've actually asked it to, really. So like I say, you know, if a relationship does end, then, you know, that is because it's at its sell-by date. And you will then go on to meet somebody that is more in tune and will make you happier, and your life will be better. You know, if you find out that somebody has been cheating or lying to you, you know, then all this has done is just showed you that that person is distrustful and you don't want them in your life. And why put energy into something that is not serving you for your highest good? If you lose your job, you know, it's probably a job that you hated anyway, but you are that stuck in your comfort zone that you didn't look for anything else. So like I say, there's, you know, there's always a blessing comes in with this tower, you know, even though people tend to think it's a curse. So everything within this card it is for you. You know, this is what it is. It's for you. You know what this is happening. Sorry, they've just alerted me there to the number. The number of that card is 16. Now we have another eclipse on the 16th, which is quite a powerful one as well. I only know that because my birthday is the 15th. So I was reading it. I was thinking, oh God, that's going to be a bit of a strange energy around that. So yeah, the 16th, and they've just alerted me to the 16 on that card as well. So keep an eye out for the 16th date, 16th of September. You know, I mean, we're nearly into September tomorrow. So keep an eye out for the 16th there. Right, okay, so that is the tower, and I really hope you can see how, you know, it's not to be feared. You know, it's actually, you know, it's clear in the way. I mean, if we think when, you know, if we see a tower block, you know, old 70s tower blocks, and you know, a lot of them are getting demolished, and when the actual tower comes down, there's all this debris and all this dust and smoke clouds and everything, and we can't see anything. But then once that actually calms down, you know, this landscape that has been sort of hidden from us, you know, hidden from our view for so long, is suddenly there clear, and we can see so much more as well. So like I say, take that as the tower. Now, the Osho, I just love the way they coincide with the tarot cards. It blows me away. It literally does. And the card that's came out today is called Past Lives. Now, this is associated with the moon as well. So, like I say, there's some crazy stuff going on at the minute. But, you know, just try and understand it rather than fear it, you know. So this card, Past Lives, there's quite a lot of symbolism in this card as well. And the first thing I seen when I looked at it, I don't know if you can see around there, there's two hands. But the hands to me straight away just looked like female genitalia, you know. But this is signifying a rebirth, you know. This is it. It's a rebirth, and it's time for you to be reborn as well. And we can only be reborn when we leave things from the past behind. You know, people we come in contact with, I mean, if we have a look in here, there's all these different people, and everybody sort of shapes us and, you know, leaves a mark on us as well. And, you know, sometimes this is really nice things as well, because everybody leaves a little bit of their energy with you as well. But sometimes we can get like hooks inside of us from things that weren't that good, or things that have turned negative or stuff like that. I've mentioned that I've been doing quite a lot of soul clearing lately, and I've been having to do that because there has been negative hooks attached to me from people way back in my past, and this has been causing me quite a lot of problems. So it's like, right, okay, I'm setting about, I'm cutting them off, sort of thing. So like I say, we need to remove these hooks and take them out from under our skin, and this will ensure that the burdens from the past do not follow us and carry on into our future, you know. What I also seen within this card as well is it looks like an egg timer. You know, I don't know if any of you can see that. And, you know, this is like right, the time is now. I mean, honestly, I've been getting that so much the last couple of weeks. I'm sorry if I keep repeating myself, but I feel these are just all drumming everything back in. And people talk about reincarnation in different lives, past lives we've had, but also within life, we die and we are reborn in many times as well. In this one lifetime, it's quite bizarre. Things happen to us that change us, and our goals change and our beliefs change and our hopes and dreams change, and this is fine. And what happens is the people we've been in a group with who used to have the same as us, we then separate, and their hopes, dreams, beliefs, whatever, they go off in that way and you go off in that way. And this is how the universe works. We are all on different growth spurts and we are all on different directions as well. Like, I know that I am not the person that I used to be, like I've learned so much about life, about myself, about others, that I couldn't be that person. But I know that I'm not the person that I will end up neither, because I still have so much learning and experience to do, and these lessons will change me in a way. This is the thing, and I'm seeing it now. There's a calmness sort of coming with me now. And I'm like, I said to my daughter the other day, I'm more rock and chair now than rock and roll, but this is what's working for me at the moment. We have two lizards here as well, and what these are doing is these are representing our conscious and our unconscious as well. And it's like, we know but we don't know, if that makes sense. And what this says is that often we end up living somebody else's life, either the legacy that they leave us or the conditions that they impose in us. So by taking away the people and taking away the emotional attachment, taking that out of the situation, then we can see this clearly. I'm not wanting to make this about me again, but I'm just, using this as to explain what's happening. I've mentioned this house. I'm getting rid of this house. I'm selling it. This was my mother's house. I was left this. This is the last thing I have for her. But since I've been in here, I've had to live her life. I've had to sort out her problems, and I've, all of this. And it's lovely. This house has kept a roof over my head and it's kept me safe and everything. But I'm now ready to close the door on the past. That doesn't mean that I will ever forget my mother. The love is there and she is always in my heart. But I don't need to hang on to the problems it's caused, to the negativity that came with her getting killed. I don't need to. It is my time now. I've sorted all the crap out and it's my time to go. So this is what I'm saying with this. We can move on without it being a bad thing. It's just that we know that it's for ourselves. And this card, when this comes in, it's always a wake-up call. And it's saying, enough. That's it. Very gently. It's enough. It's a very, very simple word, but it means so much. When we actually say enough, this is when we are ready to take back our power. We're saying that we're not prepared to go on in the way that we have, and we're ready to take a stand for ourselves as well. We've had these past lives, we've had this past life. We have a whole life ahead of us still, and we need to continue on our soul's journey. And this card is telling you that you need to let go of what has been in order to get what is coming. And you cannot take the first step if you're still weighed down from the baggage of the past, There's one thing that you mustn't forget as well with this card is it's from the beginning to the end. We're on our own and it's our journey, and we can't, we need to experience these things for ourselves. People can give us advice or whatever, but it's like, we need to experience them, and, people will come in on the way, and that's great, but it's like, this needs to be our choice, I was saying that. The universe is sort of not even given a choice, at the moment. But it's like, know that you will be okay. You have you, and you will be okay. Because this is a real, it's a karmic cleansing here. This is what we're getting, we're getting a karmic cleanse, and this is moving us on to where we want to be. Our hopes and dreams are one step away, that's it, one step away. And, there's like I say, there's a little bit of a shitstorm hitting at the moment, but that will fade, and there will be blue skies again as well, and I really feel that we need to start to understand. There's a lot of understanding coming through today, that's coming through, and it's like we need to understand the karmic patterns of our lives, because if we don't, what happens is we end up in this repetitive cycle where we keep doing what we always done, and we keep getting what we always got, and it's all retch and no vomit. Nothing is actually coming from this, and it traps us in this unconscious behavior as well. So what we need to do is we really need to break the cycle. What will happen when we do this is then we break the karmic ties from our past, and this opens us up to a new life where we can learn to do things in a different way, and this is we can do it our way as well. And this allows us to move on from the past as well. We have all learned stuff from the past. The past has been so valuable to us, but we cannot live there. There's a reason it's called the past. It's gone, So I hope those cards made sense. I'm sorry, I'm just getting a song there. I don't even know what the lyrics are. Go Your Own Way, I think. Who sang that? Was it Fleetwood Mac, I think? Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look up the lyrics, but that's just playing in my head, and it's quite a jolly feeling coming with it. So them cards seem very, very heavy, and the energy of them, yeah, they are pretty heavy. But like I say, if we actually understand why they're happening, if we understand why the Tower comes in, if we understand this past life that we need to sever, in order to actually move on, because we have our hopes and dreams, they're there, but we just need to let go and move on, and that's what we need to do. So I'll briefly go into this because I had quite a few messages yesterday and people saying that they're freaking out a little bit. They know they've got to trust, but there's still stuff. It is shaky ground, this. So I'll just go on this briefly. There's a Kundalini yoga meditation that prevents you from freaking out. I use it all the time, and it really, really works. And it's so simple. Basically, what you do is you take a couple of deep breaths, right? In through your nose and out through your nose. And after you've done it 3 or 4 times, what you'll realize is one nostril is more dominant than the other nostril. I know this sounds really bizarre. So what you need to do is you need to switch it. So you switch your breathing from one nostril to the other. If you can't manage to do this, you do eventually get the hang of it. Just put your finger over your nose like that and breathe in through the one that's not dominant. Try and do either 3, 7, or 11 breaths through one nostril, and then change and do that again. Either do it for 3, 7, or 11 minutes, and you will find that you start to get calmer. The ego doesn't send your head crazy, and you will be able to look rationally at whatever is going on. Okay, so I know that sounds a little bit strange, but it's all about the nostrils. Right, so I hope you have a fabulous day. Please don't worry, like I say, this is happening for you, not to you, and you will look back on this one day and you will think, oh, I'm so pleased that happened. I know within every time within my life when I've had the Tower moment, and there has been quite a few, I know that this has led me to better places and to better people as well. That's it. It's enhanced my life rather than hindered it. So have a fabulous day. If anybody would like a reading, please get in touch via my Facebook, via my website. I am going to put email reading on. Email readings, 3 questions, are usually £30. Because of the solar eclipse, I'm going to put them on tomorrow. If anybody's watching today and wants to get in touch about them, that's great. But I'm going to put them on for a short period for £20. So there's £10 off an email reading, 3 questions answered in depth as well, and usually getting to you within 24 to 48 hours. So if anybody's interested in that, please get in touch. And apart from that, just, don't try and surrender into this fear or whatever that's coming today, because it's not actually to be feared, you know, it's to be embraced, I feel. So I'll see you tomorrow with the card of today. Satnam.